receiver right behind the offensive line. Because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Yeah, he threw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wall. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Shows him the stiff arm. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Line getting set on second down. They'll try the right side. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
It is perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Sun Devils offense has its first opportunity of the day. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off. 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 Menu narration option is set to off.
Immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
The give to the back. At the 35, he's loose. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. He'll come out throwing on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Leaves it with the running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They go to the ground. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, it's Cole. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to take the lead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Well, they didn't overthink that one. 4th and goal down close like that. You just turn around, David, hand it off to the big fella and let him do the rest.
And a lot of times in these situations, 4th down and goal, you see quarterbacks sneak so much. They trust the big running back and know he's going to drive his feet forward, finish the run, and get the touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Neutrals on defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Feeling some heat. Got it behind the line. It's Wall. Looks as if BYU will have a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far.
7, BYU 3.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Let's go! Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
You can tell that great and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Fowler. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down and for 44.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
And the Cougars have this offense rolling. He'll keep it himself. He's there to make the stop.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Caught near the sideline, it's Foster. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Catch in the middle, it's Foster. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. He'll do it himself. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. The inside handoff. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at that, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You know, as a quarterback, when you make good decisions like that, your coordinator and play caller are going to keep dialing up these RPO-type plays, right? Nobody open, not forcing the football into traffic.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cougars! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And and the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5.
The return is brought down at the 25. And the Arizona State offense takes over.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. At the 35, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
3rd and short now from their own 48. Now on the option. The Sun Devils get the first down.
And, David, this is where I think you could have excelled. You're a great defensive end. There's other positions you could have played. Fullback, I know, being one of them. How about that guy there picking up the first?
That's a nice job. Don't make this hard. Don't make it overly complex. We've seen the big fellas block all the time. Give him a bone, reward him. Now he'll block harder and he'll block longer in the future.
Kept it on the ground on first down. See if they stick with that plan on second. Back to pass, it's Cole. Looking to scramble. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Hold down after a pickup of 5, a statement run in the red zone to the 13. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9.
At the 9-yard line. It's 3rd down.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On the option. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one there.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Knocked off his feet.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paul.
Yeah, and inside the 3.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
And, man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and, man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beat with physicality. They pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. With Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. BYU with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. We got to bring it down a little bit.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He's already put 3 on the board. Earlier this time, a 38-yard try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the 2nd half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They keep it on the ground to open the 3rd. Got room at the 35. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picked up the 1st down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. He breaks a tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Give to the running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
They'll give it to him again. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Second down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They'll try the run. And the Sun Devils get enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Arizona State, 21. BYU, 13.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Quarterback on the keeper. Still on his feet at the 45. Can anyone catch him? And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Cougars are in the hurry-up.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
On the move, it's Algier. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
BYU has this offense clicking. Looking to go up top on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. He's looking to throw it. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play.
Get set, get set.
Movement here from the tight end. He'll pull it on the read. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Deep
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, BYU! Here comes the two-point try. Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll try the right side. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Keeps it on the bootleg. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield. Oh, look out. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And that one will give them the lead.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
BYU 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
With the catch, it's Foster. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right?
Looking deep down the right side. Snags it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. The receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
BYU 21.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
This one away.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The BYU BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Got his man out of the backfield. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Got his man down the middle. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And BYU will get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Rolling. Alert.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Ball's at the 26. It's 3rd and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. From the gun, the running back has it. Looks as if BYU will have a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. BYU lines up with a 1st and goal.
Let's go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground right up the gut, looking for 6. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
They're bringing heat. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Looking for a man. It's Cole. He's got the tight end. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they
hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. The Sun Devils are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Complete to the left. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. And the Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
On the option. Now the toss. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. The give and tick, 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 tick. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Well, they come up short. It's now going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and go get me this 1st down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies in on the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration so I don't get like that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum going. Big-time 4th down and short down.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes from his own end zone. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. The offense really needs to get yardage in chunks here. Just a few minutes to go and a lot of field in front of them. Setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires on the move. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? charges ahead. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down. Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Looking to move it through the air. Fires it incomplete. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Foster. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock.
Ball's incomplete. It's now 2nd down.
2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. BYU lines up quickly. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
4th down.
One more play to pad the stats.
Cricket.
On 4th down, going to the air. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass will be incomplete, looking for a little window dressing at the end, but the ball game is over. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.